What's going on, everybody? AW Cobra back with you again for another Smite How I Play Gods. In today's video, we're going to be going over Jing Wei, the Oath Keeper. So, in terms of Jing Wei, she is a hunter, so that's very good. And in Pro League and in normal play, she is considered one of the stronger end hunters. She's very good late game as an attack damage carry. So that's going to be helping your team out a lot if you learn how to play Jing Wei. Or all you need to know is how I play Jing Wei, because I run through teams most of the time as Jing Wei. But that's because, I don't know, it's like, she's strong. Her kit's not much, but holy crap, it gets the job done. But let's stop talking about that stuff and let's get into her actual kit. So her first thing I want to talk about is the passive. So the passive is called Rapid Reincarnation. And what that is basically when she exits the fountain, she takes a mode to flight mode. She basically goes into a little flight simulator. She flies up in the sky and she can go anywhere across the map super fast, and then she lands at a designated point. So basically you can take a lot of damage, you can back and then get back into the fight super quickly, so you're not losing a lot of time. So it saves you a ton of time with this passive. Alright, let's go into her first ability. Her first ability is Persistent Gust. Basically what it is a whirlwind, a tornado-like thing that anybody who walks into it that's not a teammate will get blown up into the air and take a little bit of damage. So while they're in the air, they can't really do anything, and you can basically kill them or get free shots on them. Stuff like that. Alright, the next ability is kind of Jing Wei's reasoning why she is so powerful nowadays. It's Explosive Bolt. So what it does is it buffs Jing Wei's shots. So not only are they doing a single target damage, they're doing splash damage as well. Now the added effect is she gets crit chance the more you level this up. So once you hit this thing to level 5, she's automatically getting a 20% crit chance out of those 3 shots. So if you think about it, you basically have an item with this ability, because there's a lot of crit items that do 20% crit chance or 5% more. So that's kind of why she's so good because of this ability. She has that early game crit. Alright, her next ability is her dash. She basically dashes through the sky and she gets movement speed, all that good stuff. Now, if you lay down your Persistent Gust, you can run into it, you get knocked up, and then you can use this for additional distance and movement speed, kind of. So that's kind of why her Persistent Gust is there as well, for better escapes. Usually you only need the agility dash itself to get away from stuff. Alright, and her ultimate is Airstrike. Basically she charges up, then does a bombing across a lane area, across the targeted area. Then she can choose some place to land. Now, I don't see a lot of people using this to confirm kills. Usually it's a good escape because it travels you a distance, then you can land even farther away. So it gets you out of the fight. Sometimes if you're not going to be put in a bad spot, you can use it to initiate stuff or confirm a kill. But most of the time it's first escape. Alright. With that being said, let's dive right into the build. Okay, so now let's look at the build. This build I kind of just put together. Normally that's what I like to run. Sometimes I swap out a few items depending on what I'm facing and all that good stuff. But this is the general build I try to run as Jing Wei. Now remember, her one ability buffs her that gives her crit chance. So it's very important to build this god in a crit way, because recently in the Pro League and all this other stuff there has been an increase in the crit meta. So you're going to want to have gods who can do a lot of crit damage. So let's look in here. So first off, we got our Hunter's Blessing with our starting. We're not doing boots starting this time because we want to start getting that life steal to help us sustain in the lane longer. So that's kind of why we have that $600 option. Now, on top of that, you just get your insurance with the health and mana pots. Alright, so the first item you're going to build is Devourer's Gauntlets. Now, let me just find it right here. Oh, whoops. Alright, so Devourer's Gauntlets, basically, it gives you lifesteal and physical power. Now, it may not look like much at first, but every time you kill a god or a minion, you get stacks. And on those stacks, you get more physical power and more physical lifesteal. And it maxes out at 70 stacks. So what you're in turn doing is giving yourself even more physical power and giving yourself more physical lifesteal. Why do we want this physical lifesteal so early? Jing Wei is a terrible early game god. She is more of a late game. And these Devourer's Gauntlets are going to help her get to late game. Because if she gets poked out, she can just shoot a couple minions, get her health back, and stay in the lane longer. So that way she's good at boxing and staying alive and getting to that late game. That's why we're building Devourer's Gauntlets. Alright, next is Ninja Tabi. Why are we getting Ninja Tabi over Warrior's Tabi? Well, with the crit meta, you want to be able to shoot a lot of shots. And Ninja Tabi gives you that opportunity. It gives you that 25% attack speed. It gives you a little bit of extra mana at the cost of a little bit of loss of physical power. It's going to be okay because you're going to be shooting a lot more. Alright, now the Executioner. So let us pull it up. Alright, so essentially what it is you're getting attack speed and physical power, and its passive reduces the target's physical protection by a percentage, and you can have this stack up to 12%. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to deal more damage over time if you're hitting your basic attacks. Jing Wei is a really basic attack oriented god, so you should be trying to hit those basic attacks anyway. She already has her buff anyway. If you pop them in the air, it's easy basic attacks and stuff like that. So get this, more attack speed, shoot more, hit more shots, all that good stuff. Alright, now we start getting into that mid-game phase, probably even late game. This is where the crit meta comes in, so Rage. That is the first crit item you're going to see out of here. So let me just find it. Boop, boop. Alright, Rage. So now you're starting to see the critical strike chance to appear without just her buff. So you're starting out with 30 critical strike chance, and on killing enemy gods or assisting with it, you get a stack. Every time you get that stack, you get 3% more critical strike. Now you can do this 5 times, so that's a 15 extra critical strike chance bonus. So all in all, once you max this out, you're getting a 45% critical strike chance bonus. So that's just going to help even more in the late game, so you don't have to always rely on your buff. You can just keep shooting, and you're just hitting crits after crits after crits. Alright, next we have Deathbringer. Let me pull it up. Alright, so basically this gives more critical strike chance, and this just bonuses the damage from the critical strikes. So it's just topping off for that crit meta. Now, by this time, you're just finally getting into late game, all that good stuff. I chose Jotun's Wrath because... Alright. There's no passive, but it just gives you all around good stuff. It gives you some power, gives you some penetration, gives you some cooldown reduction so you can buff yourself more often, cast abilities, do all that good stuff. It's just a well-balanced item. And then your last item, once you reach that super late game, if you reach that point, I chose to go Quinn Size because if there's tanks on the enemy team, this will help shred them down, so that way you're not worried about them too much. And additionally, I think it helps because the crit strike is there and all that good stuff. Now, these last two items, Quinn Size and Jotuns, they can be substituted with other items depending on what the enemy team is. So, for example, if you have a more defensive-oriented team, a good item to go is Titan's Bane, because it's basically a penetration item. It has physical power, and then it ignores 15% of the god's physical protection. Now, if they have more protection than that, it scales up, and it can ignore a maximum of 40% physical penetration, physical defense. So that's really good for like shutting down tanks or tanky teams. Crusher, that's kind of part of taking down tanky teams and stuff. Usually if you have a squishy team, the loadout I have here should do a good job because of the crit meta. They're going to be squishy anyway. You're going to be shooting a lot of bullets at them and all that. But yeah, this is the build I have. All that good stuff. If you feel like there's a few items that could be switched around, like these last two items, I know these first three items are definitely a necessity for Jing Wei. Otherwise, she is awful. And these two items are really important for the crit meta, but these last two items, you could argue to switch them around. If you have any other suggestions for them, let me know in the comments. This is just how I'm building her at the moment. I might change it in the future, but right now this is what I feel is like viable for me playing her. But yeah, let's hop into some gameplay. Alright, so we finally found ourselves a match, and so throughout this match I'm going to show snippets and whatnot of the Jing Wei gameplay to kind of help you understand how I play her and how she normally needs to be played to be successful. This entire match overall was like 45 minutes long, so I'm not putting that entire video in. You would have to pull your eyes out by the end of it because there's a lot of parts that's just farming, so it's not really that important to know. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna show you the passive once I stop buying items. I'm just trying to figure out a relic. But yeah, this is the passive. As soon as you walk out of the fountain, you start going up into the sky, and you can land. My Mulan left the fountain before me, and I got ahead of him because of this passive. This passive is what allows her to stay alive, or keep her lane alive in the early phases. If you take a bunch of damage, and you need it back. You can just fly back to lane before the minions even get to tower. If you run out of mana, which you probably will because she doesn't have much mana the build I'm using, she doesn't have a lot of mana, so she runs out of mana fairly quickly in the early game. So if you run out of mana, just get back to lane super quick. That's what her passive is for. That is the bonus that other hunters do not have that she has. The other hunters can't sustain they have to stay in lane, otherwise they lose valuable farming time. Jing Wei can catch up in that farming time because she gets back to lane so quickly. Alright, additionally in the early stages, I'm talking about farming. Farming is just killing a bunch of minions. While you're killing the minions, try and poke the enemy god a few times, make them back a little, get ahead of them. Because if you don't get ahead of them in the early game, you're going to be really struggling. They're going to snowball on you, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult in the late game. She is a late game god. If you can get ahead of them in the early game, by the time you reach late game, you're going to be ahead of them anyway, and you're going to destroy them. Alright, so I want to talk about ability order. So, the first ability I built, you may have noticed, was my Whirlwind Gust. The reason I built that first instead of the Explosive Bolt is because of the splash damage the Explosive Bolt, not the splash damage, the crit chance the Explosive Bolt has. At level 1, the Explosive Bolt only has zero crit chance, actually, yeah. So the only thing you're getting out of it is splash damage. This whirlwind does take damage like Kukulkan, and it knocks enemy gods up. Alright, so that's why I built that first. Now I'm starting to build my explosive bolt, get that buffed up for late game. But this Fafnir, you see already, we're poking them out. But they did push up the lane, and now Bakasura's here. I think Bakasura noticed that, so he's trying to take advantage of this. This Fafnir, for whatever reason, is staying. He needs to back. He has no mana, and he basically has no health. So he needs to probably back. Alright, I'm putting a ward down, making sure the enemies aren't going to flank us. We just took that buff. What that buff is a debuff. I don't know if it activates if you hit a basic or an ability. It's one of the two. But if you do those things, the enemy god gets a debuff and their protections are lowered, so you can poke them out a little bit easier and get more control. Jing Wei can use this fairly well. Mulan or any other guardian per se can use it fairly well. Guardian will probably use it more because they're casting CC abilities, but yeah. We just go back to farming, all that good stuff. Alright, let me cut to another clip so that way we can... Uh-oh, we might get this confirmed on Soul, actually. Here comes the pressure. Oh, I'm going for it. It looks like I gotta hit my basics, though. I pop her into the air. I gotta hit one basic. Boom. Now we are starting to get ahead. Soul's level 3. I'm level 3, but I'm almost level 4, so we are ahead of them now, which is perfect because we are super weak in the late game. Alright, let me pull up another clip of stuff happening. Alright, we are back again. So, this next clip, it's still part of the same thing. It's a little bit further ahead in the match, but let's see what's going on here. I just finished my Devourer's Gauntlet. So, now that I finished that, you want to make sure you are killing minions. Killing minions, gods, stuff like that. Because you're going to be getting stacks. So, those stacks are just going to get you stronger and whatnot. And as you see already, looks like there's a team fight going on. So, we are going to make sure we get our presence known in this team fight. And shots, 113 crit is a lot at only 7 minutes. This Soul is in a lot of trouble. We just airstrike defensively because we knew we could take that fight. This Fafnir in trouble, but Mulan comes out of nowhere, but uh-oh. Bakasura showing what's up. Bakasura doing really good early game. So that helps us out tremendously, so that way we can get into late game. We're just poking the tower. And now we're going to start trying to kill these minions. We're already at 4 stacks. Sooner you can max it out, the better, because it gives you more lifesteal and more power. So just be doing that, because that's just going to be your best bet on everything. Alright, back to clearing, all that good stuff. Nothing too special going on anymore. Alright. We are back again, and we are now at 15 minutes into the match. So, we've gotten to the, I guess you could say, mid-game phase, and now we're doing decent amount of damage. We got more items built. We're doing a lot of damage. 158 on basic attacks. That aren't even crit, but now you notice, and I'm about to notice, that there is a lot of people in mid lane, so we need to go help that Giannis out quick. So, what you're about to see here is I'm going to use my whirlwind and I'm going to hop in it and dash. That's going to get me there a lot faster. Now I'm going to use my aerial strike to kind of alleviate the pressure, so that way we can just get people backed up, get everything resituated, get a reset going. Now we're here, we're ready for another fight. And I'm just going back to my lane because it looks like the enemy team just said, no, we're not fighting that. We don't want to deal with that. All that good stuff. So we're going back to my lane, get more farming. Devourer's Gauntlet still isn't maxed out, so it's kind of important that I do max it out, so that way I can do that. But 248 for crits, that is amazing. That is great. Make sure you hit those basic attacks, otherwise Jing Wei is useless. But now there's a team fight on that side of the map. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to just take the tower because we do have all 4 players grouped up in that area. So our team should be able to handle it, and I should get away with tower at the same time. So that's a win-win on both sides. And already you see Heimdall getting 1 kill already. And now you already saw on your mini-map, they're pushing back. We just got the tower. We're going to go back. All right, we're probably going to be able to get our executioner as well. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to upgrade my relic. Oh well. But now I'm looking on my map. Then I see this Mulan. This Bakasura is looking for this Mulan. He should be able to take care of it himself. Heimdall just went off on his own. But just in case, I'm going to go back him up, all that good stuff. As you see, he just ulted. He's chunking her. He just got stunned. He's starting to take a little bit of damage, so I'm just going to come into the rescue. Boom, boom, boom. She had like 700 health left, and I shot her 3 times and took all that health out. Now, Jing Wei is starting to show her true potential. We should be able to get this tower as well because of that win. But yeah, let's just place a few wardies, and then I don't know what we're gonna do next. It looks like I'm thinking of going into mid lane and taking on this Hera. Looks like I'm gonna kill these harpies first because I can level up. So yeah, I'll do more damage and all that good stuff. Looks like they all left the lane, so we're gonna just, oh, here we go, team fight time. Bakasura's right there. Fafnir and Hera, what you gonna do? I popped one in the air. I'm not doing a lot to Fafnir, but it looks like he is doing what he should, which is defense. But you saw that hit on Hera. 156. That's not even a crit. Wait until I buff and hit somebody. Then that's gonna be scary. Uh-oh, looks like Giannis is in trouble, so I'm just gonna go help him real quick. Soul, get off of my teammate. Get off of my teammate. Alright, I got the pressure back, but it looks like everybody's here, so I need to get away. You saw, I used my ult. Not offensively, but defensively. The ult is very good for escaping in case you don't have your dash up and anything. But now I'm going to go back, try and help this Heimdall get back. Just keep poking the enemy gods with my basic attacks. It just does so much damage that if my teammates initiate a fight and I'm in the background just hammering damage away, it's crazy. Mulan taking a bunch of damage because of it. I'm trying to help out, keep this fight going, keep my teammates alive as long as possible, keep the poke going. Fafnir just got yeeted everywhere. This team fight is crazy. Bakasura comes out of nowhere. Now we're focusing all these guys. Bakasura cleaning up everything in his path. Now we're pressuring the Fafnir. His ult's almost down. Fafnir should die here, which he does. And now it's just Soul by herself. We have no idea where Set is, though. Oh, Set's left lane. Alright. But now Soul by herself, we are pressuring her to no end right now. We are pressuring her so much. We're poking this tower. We should be able to confirm this tower. Soul's not even trying to stop us. She can't stop us. This tower's destroyed, and now we're about to pressure her. She just fell in the Giannis portal. We are pressuring her so hard. We want her dead. She dies here. She dies. There's no escape. Yep, she's dead. She's dead. Alright. Huge confirm. Team fight. Easy. Got a tower. All that good stuff. But what's this? What's going on here? Uh-oh, Set. Set. Trying to teleport. I'm shooting it. I got it. Nice. So, you may be wondering, that didn't hit Set. You're right, it didn't. It hit Fafnir, but my explosive bolts have splash damage, and it splashed off of Fafnir and killed Set. So yeah. Good for grouped up enemies. Explosive bolts, good for crit. It's a super buff. It's a super duper buff. Alright. Looks like Bakasura's in trouble here, but yeah. I don't know what's about to happen in this team fight. But uh-oh, Hera by herself. Now I'm trying to isolate her. I am actually because I'm hitting my shots, I'm isolating it. We're going to try and take this fight while they're fighting on the other side. Argus now looks like he's going to come over and help Hera, which is great because we just isolated that fight, and that allowed us to get a kill. But unfortunately, Mulan takes down Mulan. Weird sentence, but yeah, that's kind of how that worked. We're just going to get out of here before we die. We're going to pressure this Fafnir a little, pressure him back. I just did like 500 damage in 3 shots. That's insane, especially on a tank. All right, let me cut to another clip. All right, we are back again, and we are fresher than ever. Now, already, our Heimdaller's in a lot of trouble, so I just immediately ult over, so that way I can try and assist him. Oh, unfortunately, that Mulan takes him out way too quickly for us to do anything, but the reinforcements are here. We're trying to fight that Mulan, but holy crap, is she fast, but now she just fell in the portal. Now we're shooting her, and we confirm the kill. So, yeah, team fighting. Jing Wei, she's good at it. Try and team fight as much as possible. Alright, we just taking this opportunity while they're down to push up into the lane, all that good stuff. So, Phoenix is still down. We're trying to get this win before they all come off a respawn, but 2 of them just came off a respawn, and looks like we're going to stay and fight this and see if we can just confirm the kills and then get the win. We're pushing them back pretty well. Now the crit's coming out. We got to fall back a little bit because we are starting to get poked. Argus just gets launched. The sprint boots come out. Giannis does die, so we're just running for our life now. We did leave. Me and Mulan did leave a little bit sooner than Giannis, so we should get away from this. I'm just casting my abilities to get away even farther, keep that distance, regroup with everyone. Heimdaller's here. I think Bakasura is about to jump him because he's in the jungle, so they're pushing up, and they're not about to know what's about to hit them. Argus still alive right now, but he's about to go on cooldown. Those crits are insane. Massive impact. I don't even know who I hit. I think it was Set, but like he can't do anything for his team now because he got poked out. And so we're just trucking on through. Bakasura insta-blinks, but I think Heimdallar found Set. No. Set is somewhere. Where is he? Crit's still coming out. Yeah, you're seeing what happens in late game with the Jing Wei on your team. She runs through teams, and there's Set again. Bakasura getting a confirmed kill. We're trying to help him out, keep him alive, because he's a hit-and-run god. Here comes the Phoenix. I just critted that soul. Now the Mulan trucking in. We're just shooting our buffs. We're trying to crit the Mulan. It doesn't do as much damage because she has a lot of defensive items. But yeah, now I'm low on health. I just get meditated. So whoever did that, thank you. And now wow, we are poking their Guardian. Like, his health is gone. Uh-oh. And Heimdallar is dead, so we're just going to back off. But Bakasura is still there. He is still there. And so, oh, Giannis ult coming in. We just confirmed oh no, they confirmed somebody. I thought we confirmed someone. And now it looks like we're losing our numbers really quickly. Another sprint boot. We got to retreat again, unfortunately. The dash. Can Giannis get away? Uh-oh, no. Uh-oh. It's going to be close for him. But yeah, Jing Wei, like I said, keep on poking. Keep rolling with your team. Play for your team in the late game. Because you're going to be the one who's going to... One moment, the enemy god's going to be like, okay, I got this. I'm going to go in there and kill them all. And then they're mid-fight, and then all of a sudden they start losing all of their health. And they're like, what's going on? Why am I losing all this health? And then they start to try and turn around when they realize they need to back out. And then by that point, it's just too late because the burst and all the damage just comes through. Now I'm just trying to push up the lane to help out the team, all that good stuff. And yeah. Okay. These are the last few minutes that we have of this game. It's already at the 40-minute mark. We've been jumping around throughout the game, showing you gameplay of Jing Wei, how she does early game, how she does late game, and this match is almost over. So, as always, I always am appreciative of those who watch this. I hope you did get something out of this, even if it was something minor. I hope this helped you understand how Jing Wei is played at the higher levels and stuff like that. She's a late game god and everything along those lines. Before I just turn it over to their gameplay, I want to let you know towards the very end the audio cuts out, so don't mind that too much. But yeah, we're going to probably end the commentary here, let you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay for what it's worth, and then call it a day there. Let me know in the comments what god you want to see next, preferably a warrior or a who haven't I done? An assassin. That's who it is. An assassin. Those are one of those two should be my next guides. I'm hoping. If not, if I see voting for other gods and it's highly demanded, oh, those crits. Oh, but as I was saying, if I see another god that's more highly demanded, I'll do that as well. But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye.